Well, we've made it. We are at the end of the book of Amos in the Old Testament, and we are going to be diving into chapter 9 on Sunday. I hope you've enjoyed this series even a little bit as much as I have. I've really enjoyed going through this book. Had never really studied it in depth before, besides just reading it during my morning devotions and a read through the Bible plan. And so I'm excited to finish the series this Sunday. Also, kind of bittersweet because it's been great going through it and excited that we've made it through it. But of course, I'm going to miss diving into this book as we finish on Sunday. But I'm going to encourage you to read chapter 9 before we gather on Sunday morning for prayer at 9 o'clock, family groups at 9:30, and then our worship gathering at 10:40. And encourage you to read through that chapter. And we're going to talk about how God's justice demands a Savior. You might remember this past week when we were in chapter 8, we talked about how God's justice demands transformation. And so I encourage and challenge you to not go through the motions, but to experience that transformation. And of course, how do we experience transformation? Well, only in and through the Savior. And we see that promise in chapter 9, which is encouraging because Amos is a lot of doom and gloom, a lot of discouragement in the book of Amos. But in chapter 9, we see the promise. And we're going to talk about that Savior, that promise that's for all of us who turn to Jesus Christ as Savior and Lord. And so I'm going to challenge you on Sunday to really respond to God's justice with faith in the Savior. That's how we look at God's justice, seeing that it's right, seeing that it's good, seeing that it's perfect, and recognizing that because of God's perfect, serious justice that is eternal, we need to have a Savior to be delivered from that justice, that just judgment that we all deserve. So read through chapter 9. Let's gather on Sunday morning for prayer and family groups and worship, and let's invite others. Let's encourage one another. Let's challenge one another. Let's build up one another to walk in the faith and to respond to God's justice in the right way. Looking forward to seeing you Sunday morning.